Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. I randomly decided to do a stationery favorites video. So I've done this once before and it was like a mix of planner stuff and journal stuff because I do them both equally and I love them both equally. But I decided to do one again because I don't know, a lot of time has passed since then. I definitely have new things to talk about. Honestly, I feel like I could do this type of video, maybe not once a month, but maybe like once every couple months, because of course not my style changes, but like, you know how like you'll have like a current favorite product and then like 2 months later you'll like really be loving this one thing, and you know how beauty YouTubers do like favorites videos all the time. So maybe I should do this more often because I do really like talking about things that I am loving. So I've got my coffee. I hope you have coffee too, unless you're watching this at night, although I guess you could have a decaf. And you can see some of my pile of stuff in the background, so I apologize for that. But let's go ahead and get started. I think last time I did planner and journal stuff like mixed together, like I kind of alternated. I might do that again instead of doing like all planner and then all journal. Well, let's mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna start though kind of easy. Which a lot of my favorites are products, but in this case, it's a whole ass planner. So personal rings, I feel like that is no surprise. Let me get this coffee out of here because you know what? I'm not going to be sipping it and I don't want it to spill. I think me loving personal rings is probably no surprise. I was in pocket rings for like 5 years and I switched to personal and I'm just really loving it, and I cannot see myself going back to pocket anytime soon. This is a custom velvet sand from Vanderspec, and my JL Brown should be here soon from Vanderspec. It hasn't shipped yet, but it should ship soon. If you're interested in any of like my customizations, I have other videos on that, but I just wanted to say in a general sense, I'm really loving personal rings. It's a lot heavier than pocket rings. Like obviously pocket rings was a lot lighter and a lot more portable, but I don't know, I'm really loving the size and I don't have any desire to go back to pocket rings at the moment. So I'm gonna enjoy this. So my next favorite, there are a couple things in my planner. Since I talked about personal rings, I might as well show them. So first of all, I'm having a moment with like Luxe Vellum again. I don't know why. So this is from Sparkly Paper Co. This is the white, like the white one. And it was a collab with Fox and Pip. If you're familiar with Fox and Pip, that's her bow, her little logo right there. But I swear, like, this is the type of thing I would have used back in my deco days. But, I mean, come on, like, clearly I still do deco. It's just a different style of deco. It's very different from what I used to do. But, yeah, people get pissed when I use the word minimal to describe anything I do. Which... obviously, I know that I have a lot of deco, but honestly, I feel like my weeklies are pretty minimal because they're relatively pen only. Like that, when I say minimal, that's what I mean, because I used to cover, there were times when I would literally cover the page in stickers, like cutesy deco stickers. Anyways, moving on, that's not the point of this. I just think that this like vellum just looks really pretty and really chic. So this is the white vellum, like I said, and I also have the gold foiled acetate in my pocket palm, which is kind of set up as like an on-the-go planner. So this is the gold foiled acetate. And I don't know, I especially think this looks good with the pink palm. It's definitely giving me like Deco Luxe vibes. But I think like something about this vellum and acetate kind of mixed with the more like chic kind of style type stuff. I just think it's really pretty and I really like it. And funny enough, I also put a piece of this in my traveler's notebook, but I'm gonna show my traveler's notebook later, so I'll talk about that then. So yeah, Luxe Vellum is a huge favorite for me. Another thing in here, I think I said this in my last favorites video, but I'm just gonna have to include it. Paper Test Designs inserts, particularly her yearly bundle. Her yearly bundle has really, all throughout 2021, it was the most important part of my planner system. I mean, it really, really is. I do birthdays and anniversaries there. The future log is what I use to schedule all future appointments. And then when the month is actually coming up, then I'll add it to my month on 2 page. But Paper Test Designs inserts remain my favorite. And I do still have a code with her. It's Amanda20. Paper Test Designs inserts remain my most used in my planner, so that has not changed, and I just love them so much. And I want to go to some of the weeklies too because I really love their weeklies. Hopefully I'm in frame. So this is like the week on 1 page. I can't remember what it's called, but I pretty much alternate, like for the past like months, I've been alternating between this weekly and then the weekly that came with the Aloe collab. So I actually print, so it's right here. It's actually a 2-page weekly, but I just print the 1 page and I print the notes on the back because I like it to be a week on 1 page. Personal's so big. In Pocket, I did week on 2 page, but with Personal, week on 1 page is plenty. And I actually have been really liking week on 1 page. So I guess that's another thing. Week on 1 page is another favorite. If you're familiar with like my pocket rings for however many years I used it, like I always did a week on 2 page because the size was so small. That was just what was normal to me. And I always thought that I hated week on 1 page, but now that I'm in a larger size, week on 1 page is totally where it's at. So yeah, these are from the Planning with Aloe collab. I love the coffee stain. The coffee stain is going to come up later in another favorite. But yeah, Paper Test Designs inserts. I mean, I've got our dailies back here. I know that's like, I don't want to say like old news, but I know I've been talking about Paper Test Designs for a while, but I just wanted to say nothing has changed. The last favorite is actually another shop that I'm really loving right now, and that shop would be EO Edits. I do have some EO Edit stuff in this setup, but I mainly like this edited wardrobe. See, that's a Paper Test Designs inserts. This edited wardrobe like workbook is from EO Edits, and I really like it. But I ended up printing a bunch of new EO Edit stuff for my future JL Brown setup. So I just wanted to show these. These are some planner cards. This one is front and back. These are some planner cards, printable planner cards from EO Edits, and I did already put them in a little thing because I'm going to use this in my JL Brown. But I just think they're so beautiful. EO Edits is honestly an underrated shop. I think they're underrated. I do not think that they are talked about enough. I know people like use them and know about them, but I don't think they're talked about enough. Her designs are just very unique and very beautiful, and she really stays true to her own style, which I think is awesome. So definitely check out EO Edits if you haven't. I mean, she's got all kinds of things. She's got inserts, she's got decorative dashboards. I have other decorative dashboards from her in here somewhere. I don't know, I'd have to find it. But yeah, she's got inserts, she's got decorative dashboards, and she's got inserts like this Vellum's EO Edits. This dashboard is EO Edits. At least the front of it is. So yeah, definitely check her out. And actually, I feel like this video is a mess already, but I kind of forgot this monthly from Paper Test Designs. Also, the Planning with Aloe collab. This has become another staple in my system. I use it as like a financial dashboard. Please ignore all the page flags. This is just my orders, online orders. I do something with this column, and then I've got like my bills and stuff over here. So that is another like super important part of my system. Everything, all the like most important parts of my systems, I swear, are Paper Test Designs. I just really like her inserts. Okay, so that is it for my personal rings. I think I mentioned everything. What am I gonna grab next? I guess I'll just be random. Okay, these I'm freaking obsessed with. These are divider tabs by Poi & Hun, and these were the pink ones. I went on their website because I wanted to buy more because I feel like I'm running out because I use them so much. And I saw purple ones, so I don't know if like those are the same because this kind of looks purple, but then that looks nude, and these are both labeled pink. These are transparent right here, and these are matte. So that's probably the reason for the color difference. But either way, I am freaking obsessed with these. I have them in every single planner. Am I in frame? I'm in frame. So literally just to show my rings. So this current tab is one of them. Let me see if I can go to it. So this little current tab, and this, I use my label maker, which is like a Brother P-Touch. I think I have my label maker linked in my Amazon favorites. I use my label maker to label it, and it's just like a perfect tab. And then look here at the bottom, I have Daily, that's another transparent one, Trackers, another transparent one. And then this right here is actually one of the solid white ones. So the transparent ones hold up a lot better, of course, because the solid ones are kind of just like paper. Whereas like, you know, transparent material definitely holds up a lot better, but I like all of them. And that's not all, because look, in my pocket rings, I've got, I think I just have one, this Daily tab in my pocket rings is those. These are pretty much just my go-to. I mean, I'll still use like thin, small page flags as tabs, but I'm just obsessed with those. So this is my Hobonichi Weeks, which if you follow me on Instagram, this is probably old news, but if you only watch my YouTube videos, literally in my last YouTube video, I was like, I'm not getting Hobonichi Weeks. I hate dated. I'm never doing it. And then I got COVID and I was really sick and I just was like, fuck this, I'm doing it. So that's what happened. I don't know. Maybe I should do a separate video to talk about this, but maybe not. I caved. I got one. The dated part still sucks, but I'm actually loving it. I'll talk about the Hobonichi Weeks more later, but the month tab, and then you can see my little daily tab. And very last but not least, I actually put freaking tabs in my traveler's notebook. So you can see I've got the weekly one and the 52 lists one in my traveler's notebook. So safe to say those tabs are literally my favorite thing ever. I should probably move a little quicker because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. What are we going to talk about next? You know what? I'm going to jump into a journal thing. So these two journals right here, these are the Letter to Self journals by Janelle Atelier. This is the white cotton and this is the Kozo, and I am obsessed with these. These are passport size. And it's funny because I'm like obsessed with standard. So I started out collage journaling in passport, moved on to standard, and I've almost finished this entire standard journal, and I'm like obsessed with standard. Like I stand by that. Standard is totally my favorite size. I didn't think there was anything that could make me go back to passport. It's kind of funny. I went from pocket to personal, passport to standard. I'm using a Hobo Weeks. Like I guess I'm just really into the long and skinny, narrow sizes right now, but I didn't think anything would get me interested in passport again, but these journals totally did. They're just so beautiful. I love the deckled edges. Like just beautiful handmade paper journals. This is one of my favorite spreads I've done. I just love them so much. And honestly, it is kind of nice having like a smaller option when I want a journal, but maybe I don't have a lot of time, or maybe I'm tired, or maybe I don't know. It's kind of nice to do a smaller collage on a smaller page instead of like working with an entire standard spread, which I have done it before where I'll do like half of a standard spread and then complete the other half later. I've totally done that before where I just do one side of the page. So I'm okay with like stopping and completing another one later, but I don't know. These are really nice to have, and they've just been really inspiring me. Like in general, I have been very, very inspired by these journals, and I will link everything below as usual. Okay, I guess I'll go back to, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. I have so much to talk about. Okay, these stickers I'm obsessed with, and I know there's not much missing, but I have 2 sheets. These are the arched appointment labels by Your Everyday Planner. I feel like this is really a simple thing, but I just really like the way they look. I just flipped through my personal weeklies. I don't want to plug them out again because I feel like I've already been talking way too long. But just know that I really, really like these. Sometimes I use them upright, or sometimes I use them sideways, and then I'll write my appointment like right there. But I just think these are beautiful and very unique, and I've really enjoyed using them. So that's that. What should we do next? Oh, let's do this. Okay, this looks simple, but this is thin black washi tape. It's by the brand MT. And this, let me tell you, this is a journal staple. I gotta find where it starts, I can't see. This is a journal staple in my life. I know it looks simple, but there's something about a piece of thin black washi tape. Why can I not find the opening? That just elevates your spreads. Like, I'm telling you what, like I can't. There was somebody on Instagram who bought this, and then she tagged me and she was like, oh my God, I get it now. Like, I get it. Like the thin black washi tape. And I'm like, yes. Again, I know it's very simple, but it just makes things look cool. It just gives like a cool vibe to your journal spreads. Like, look at this. So I've got the thin black washi there. There was one in the passport journal that I just showed. Got it up there. It just adds a little something. I don't know. Oh, there we go. I've got it right there. I just love it. Thin black washi is forever a staple to my collages. I've got it up there. And yeah, I don't see that changing anytime soon. Oh, I just passed another one. I've got it up there. So obsessed with thin black washi. Again, it's by the brand MT. You can get it on Jet Pens. I think that's where I got mine. So I'll link everything I talk about, of course. Next I will do these. These might have been in my last favorites, but I love these. These are mini dots by Papery Planning, and I do have a code with Papery Planning. It's Amanda10. However, she's switched from a regular PR team to an affiliate team. So if you use my code with Papery Planning, I do receive a very, very small percentage of actual money, like cash commission. So I feel like that's just important to disclose. If I ever mention that I have a code, but I don't say that I make anything, then I don't. I probably just get free product. So if I'm making actual money, then I will always disclose that. So with Papery Planning, I do now because she changed her team or whatever. But anyways, I actually get asked a lot about these mini dots, and it's always in the situation of this. Whenever I show my paper test designs, like this future log, people are always like, oh my God, where do you get like dots small enough to cover those dates? I even love these like little strips. These were actually from Papery Planning too, but it was like a test sheet, and I don't think she ever started selling them, but I like them. I should tell her to sell them. But anyways, yeah, the mini dots are awesome. Papery, I mean, I know there's a lot of shops that do transparent dots, but I just love Papery Planning's colors that she has to choose from, and then also the size of them. Like, it's kind of hard to find super tiny dots, and these are definitely my favorite. So that is that. Let's go into another journal thing. So this is Handmade paper by Daya. Again, I'm gonna link and tag everyone below. Daya is a journaler who I found on Instagram. She makes her own handmade paper, and it is so incredible. Like, I've used handmade paper before, but once I got these, I was like, oh my goodness. I actually bought these from Journal Pages, but then I placed another order, and I ordered from Daya herself, and then I bought more. So anyways, yeah. This is her business card size sheet, and you can see that these are mainly just like cream colors, but it's literally just handmade paper in different like nude shades. But the thing is she's so like, they're so soft and they're so beautiful, and these have the deckled edges. So that's the business card size. And this is what she calls her paper block. So this, let's see if I can flip through it. I feel like I need to do it towards the light. I should have probably filmed later in the day when it was brighter in here. Look at these colors. Oh my gosh, these neutral colors are just to die for. So this is her handmade paper block. So these do not have deckled edges. These are like actually cut. But they are just, again, like the quality, the colors, like they're just so beautiful. And they are just like a neutral lover's dream. So yeah, handmade paper by Daya is one of my favorite things to use in my collage journaling and my craftiness and all of that. Where am I going to put this? I'll just put it up here. I'm running out of place to put shit. Okay, what shall I do next? Okay, I think I said this one. I think I mentioned this in my last favorites video, but what's funny is she's only continued to improve since then. So this is sterling ink. I am in love with sterling ink. I'm pretty certain I mentioned this in my last video, but the funny thing is back then when I was like, oh, I love sterling ink, literally since that point, she started doing basically florals every single month, because she used to do complete different themes as a whole. Like, she had you know, she would just do different things. Like, there was one where there was like fish and like lily pads, and then sometimes she would do florals. But I think to be completely honest, I think she probably realized like how much of a hit her florals are. And since then, she has been doing a different floral collection every single month, and they are beautiful. They are stunning. And this is all her own artwork. I mean, it's just crazy to fathom that she can come up with such beautiful artwork. And not only that, but she can continue to do florals every single month, because she does like monthly collections. And they remain unique, and they remain pretty, and they remain like exciting. So this was January's collection. Here's some sheets from January's collection. Honestly, like, most of you probably are familiar with sterling ink. I feel like around the time, like shortly after, like once she started doing these like florals like every month, so shortly after I was on her PR team, she just really blew up. Like, she just took off, I feel like. I mean, she was obviously like a popular shop before. I had always like heard of her. But it wasn't until like probably last year that I started shopping with her, and I just like, look what I was missing out on. Like, her stuff is so pretty. At this point, these are just all different collections. I don't know what I'm showing you, but hopefully you can get a good idea. Like, look at this. Just so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I can't even handle it. So yeah, I think her shop really kind of blew up in popularity. And she's definitely pretty big in the planner community right now. Like, I feel like bound books and sterling ink are like the biggest trend. That's the funny thing about the planner community. Trends really do come and go. I mean, what's trendy right now? Like, Hobonichi Weeks, and, you know, like, Hobonichi Weeks might be trendy right now, but, like, give it a couple months and something else will be, like, the hottest thing. It's just what happens, you know? It's just, like, it's probably the same anywhere else, like the beauty community and wherever. Like, new things come out or things get popular and everyone wants to try it because everyone else makes it look good. And then it goes away and a new thing happens. So, but sterling ink will forever be a favorite of mine because literally her February collection just came out this morning and I ordered the entire thing. She's also currently doing the PBC sale. So if you're watching this video, like, this weekend, today's Friday the 21st, if you're watching this video this weekend, check out sterling ink for the PBC sale and the new February collection. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of like a bunch of things, right? This is coffee stains in general. You already saw the coffee stains in the Paper Test Designs Aloe collab inserts, and I think that is kind of what, well, that's not really what started it because I was using this coffee stain tape before the Aloe collab, but it kind of just reinforced my love to collect all things coffee stain. So this is actually, it was a freebie from Papery Planning, but you can actually purchase it in their shop now. Just coffee vibes. These are some print-on stickers, 2 different sheets back to back. Print-on stickers from journal pages. These rubber stamps are also from journal pages. And then the last thing I have to show is this pet tape, which pet tape in general is a total favorite. This pet tape from Shiwu Studio, that is coffee stain, and I am like obsessed with it. So I just love coffee stains. I mean, we all love coffee, and there's something very cozy and comforting about it. Okay, so that is that. And you know what? I feel like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna move on. Okay, so let's do some writing utensils. These 2 are pretty much all I've been using. First of all, this, I might have even mentioned this pen in my last favorites. I can't remember, but this has been my go-to pen for ages. This is the only pen that I use in every planner, whether it's my personal rings, whether it's my Tomoe River paper, Hobonichi Weeks. This pen, I use it for everything. This is the Pilot Juice 0.38. I'm a 0.38 tip kind of person. I like to write small and I like a small tip. And yeah, I don't know what there is to say about it. A lot of people love this Uniball Signo. I bought it, I tried it. This is also a 0.38 tip, which is nice. But to me, if you write with them both side by side, the Uniball Signo comes out very gray, whereas the Pilot Juice is like a saturated dark black. So that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a thin tipped pen or like a fine pen that still wrote in a very saturated black color because I didn't like how this was like so light black and like almost gray. And someone suggested the Pilot Juice. My friend Melissa, she can clean on Instagram, and I bought it and I've never looked back. So yeah, that was one of those like real good recommendations. This is a cream color highlighter. You might be able to get this online, like, I don't know, maybe Amazon or something in a pack, but I bought this from, oh gosh, what's the shop? Pretty Planner Crafts. Pretty Planner Crafts was selling these in her shop. I don't know if she still is. I'll link it below if she is. But I know that this, like, the brand, it just says cream color. So I know that this exists elsewhere. So you might be able to find it. Let's see if I can find. So here's the thing. I really like my Tombow marker in 942. The color has worn off. But sometimes the Tombow marker can come off very orangey. So the Tombow marker is below and this cream color marker is up top. So the Tombow marker can come off really orangey sometimes, whereas this one to me always is like a brown nude. No matter what, it's brown nude. So I really have been loving this highlighter. I also like the way it's shaped. It looks really pretty. So that's definitely been one of my favorites. Next I'm gonna show these. Okay, this is like random. This is a classic-y like notepad. There are so many things you can do with these. I use these in my journaling, of course. You can leave them as is. Sometimes I'll cut out the center and use it like a frame. But one of my favorite things that I have been doing is ripping the corners and using it. I'm gonna have to show an example because it's not gonna make any friggin' sense. Okay, so look at this right here. that is the corner of one of these. Now, I did not make this up. Oh, look, there's some thin black washi tape too. I saw, and look, I've got another one down here. I saw somebody do this. I don't remember who it was. I think multiple journalers do it, to be honest. I've seen that kind of method in multiple people's spreads. So I don't know who, came up with the idea of like ripping it and just using the corner, but I am obsessed with it and I do it all the time. So yeah, this is a classic notepad. There are various stationery shops you can get it at, but I know it's like kind of a small, like maybe silly thing, but it is like one of my favorites. Kind of like the thin black washi tape. It's just one of those elements that I really, really love in my journal spreads. So there it is there. I really need to check the time because I have a meeting at 11 and something tells me we're approaching 11. I just wanted to film. Okay, so next I'm gonna just show these really quick. These are Shashada inks, Shashada, I don't know how to pronounce it. This is the black and the dark brown. I use these two the most. These are the highest quality inks I have ever used. I used to use the Versamagic Dewdrop inks, and I do still use those and love them. The Versamagic to me is the best option for various colors. I have some beautiful sage greens, some gray blues, like even a pink. Like I love the Versamagic for colors. But I use black and brown the most because I don't think Shashada has like the best colors in my opinion, but these I use the most, and the quality of this ink is better than anything I've ever used. This is the highest quality ink I have ever used and the only thing that I will use for journaling going forward. All right, what else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Here's some random planner stickers. Okay, these are from Queen City Designs. These are AM and PM dots, except for the fact that I specifically requested this sheet be all PM. I have another like AM sheet, but these you could use for many things, but I use it for my work phone shifts. So maybe this is just kind of like a personal favorite. It just so happens that my work, we do AM and PM phone shifts, and I don't have a phone shift every single day. It's usually 2 to 3 times a week, and we just cover for the help desk. So I always need to know, like, am I AM or PM that day? So I use these on my weekly. What I like about them is, as you can see, they're very small and they just fit in my weeklies perfectly. Like, look, PM, PM, PM. They're tiny, they fit perfectly. Honestly, I feel like I can't live without those. So I'm probably gonna have to order more soon. But yeah, these are from Queen City Designs. This is actually a single sheet from Papery Planning's collab with Ivana, and I actually did a collab with Papery Planning as well. I don't know if I've ever talked about that on my YouTube channel, but it's one of my favorites, so I'll show you in a minute. But this is one of the sheets from Papery Planning's collab with Ivy Mill Ink. I just really like this sheet. The green colors are super pretty, and I love the icons, and I don't know, just the sheet itself I really, really love. Now, there are like 5 other sheets that all come together like in a bundle, but this is definitely one of my favorites. Okay, so I've got some rubber stamps. These are just 2 of my favorite rubber stamps. This one is from Norette Designs. You can see her name right there. This was from her Endless collection, and I don't know what it is. I have tons of Norette stamps, as you can see, some of them back there. This one is my absolute favorite. I literally use this all the time. I just stick it in like every spot of my journal spreads. I just think it makes everything look really good. I don't know. I just really like this rubber stamp. This is a film sprocket rubber stamp from Something of Mine, and I just think, again, this one is so cool. I love the way it looks. I don't know what to say about it. I love it. There were probably other rubber stamps I could include in this favorites, but I was trying to keep it light. So my next favorite is journal related, and that is number stickers. Now, number stickers I use pretty much in every single spread. I don't even want to pull out my standard again. God, okay, fine. I know I'm running out of time, and I know this video is going to be long. So here's the circle roll. Here's that. Honestly, there's 31. I don't think that, oh, I put the date with a stamp there, so I didn't do it there. Oh, so I put like a 30. Those are rubber stamps. So I pretty much use either my number stickers or my number rubber stamps, or this I got recently. This is a roll of sticker seals from Freckles Tea. It's like, I mean, obviously the number that I use is the date. It's the day that I'm like doing the spread. But to be honest, I don't really care to know when I did a collage spread. like if I'm not writing on it, I don't care. I just like the way these look. Like this sheet is from It's Milk Tea, and then this sheet is from Papery Planning, and this was a part of my collab with Papery Planning. We came out with a bundle of journaling stickers, and I pretty much just chose my favorite journaling stickers, and it was awesome. This was last August, but if you haven't checked it out and you like to journal and collage, you definitely should. I've actually seen some people do some really cool things with these journaling stickers in their planners, just like really cool things. Like Ash Plans comes to mind, Lynn's. I've seen them do some really cool things with this collab. But anyways, yeah, I just like the look of number stickers. I feel like it gives a really cool look to your collages. And like I said, this is a sticker seal roll from Freckles Tea. Oh, I didn't even realize I had to cut off a piece. So that is from the brand Freckles Tea, which I bought at like another retailer. Like a lot of the journal stuff that I buy, the designers, like Freckles Tea is the designer, and I think she's based in Malaysia, but her products are sold at Pinky Elephant Craft, Paper Game Co. Those are all USA shops. I actually have all this information on my Instagram in my journaling and my pet tape highlight. I'm the worst. Like I really need to learn how to control myself when speaking, because like no kidding, I just ramble, and then it reminds me of another topic, and then I ramble into that. So I just wanted to show my collab with Papery Planning really quickly. Like I said, this came out last August. I have tons of these sheets. They're all down there. So this is the collection unused. I've been keeping one of these just in case I ever wanted to. So we've got ring stickers. We've got dotted rings, which I love these dotted rings. Wavy lines, French phrases. I wanted to do the rings in both matte and clear. White rings, typewriter months. Those are my favorite. These little hydrangea petals. We've got Taylor Swift phrases. This is my favorite sticker sheet. I'm obsessed with Taylor Swift, and these are all lyrics from Folklore and Evermore. And then we've got the number sheet. So again, check out Papery Planning. I think I even have a video on my Instagram, like when I went over the collab. Like here's one of the December. And by the way, the bundle is as I just showed you. There's another one. The bundle's as I just showed you, but you can also buy the sticker sheets a la carte. And if you buy them a la carte, like some of them come in transparent or matte, or some of them come in this brown craft as well. Clearly I use the brown craft a lot. I had no idea. Gosh, I wish I could find, oh look, here's a dotted circle. So there's an example of like a little layering with the dotted circle. So yeah, I don't know. If you look at the journal spreads on my Instagram, you'll definitely see plenty of my collab stickers. I literally use these probably more than anyone else in the world. Like I use these so much. Okay. I think I'm almost done. I think I'm getting close. I pretty much just have this, and then, okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is going to be Freckles Tea. And if you follow me on Instagram and you didn't think Freckles Tea was going to be in a favorites video, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you could have assumed that it would be. I am obsessed with Freckles Tea. It was a designer that I just mentioned. They make a lot of different products. There's a lot of different shops that sell their products. I'll link it all below. I've posted it all on my Instagram so many times. But here, I have pretty much every Freckles Tea product. They've come out with 2 collections so far, one in 2020, one in 2021, and I pretty much have every single pet tape and everything from it. This calendar is from the Volume 1 collection, and then these rubber stamps and pet tapes are from the Volume 2 collection. I have so many more pet tapes. I have a video on my Instagram, like an IGTV, going over the entirety of the Freckles Tea Volume 2 collection. That's not what this video is about, so I just picked out 2 of my favorite tapes to show, but there's like 6 tapes. And by the way, I guess I should sneak in that pet tape is another favorite of mine. I can't remember if I had discovered pet tape and mentioned it in my last favorites video. I may have, but essentially pet tape is kind of like washi and stickers hybrid. So it's a clear translucent tape that the images on it are completely opaque, which I love. And you basically just you'll cut out each individual image, you peel the backing paper off, and then it becomes a sticker. It is the most amazing, like, invention ever. And yeah, you have to cut it out, so that requires a little bit of extra work, but I think my favorite part about it is just the uniqueness of the designs. So this is the Roses and Berries pet tape from Freckles Tea. And then this is the Aroma Accords tape from Freckles Tea. This one is just so cool. It's probably harder to show because it's clear, but it's just got really cool elements and I love it. I love using it in my journal spreads. I'm not gonna pull out my standard for like the 20th time, but there are a million examples of me using these tapes all up in my spreads. I just love them so much. I would love to give you guys like an example of how. So, okay, this one, so what you would do, say you cut out that flower, I basically, to pull the backing paper apart, I just take my finger like this and I kind of push down and then it peels apart. And then this part is sticky, so you can stick it down like a sticker. So it's super easy and the designs are just beautifully unique. And I'm like, it's really hard for me to just show 2 Freckles Tea tapes without wanting to like dive into all the rest of them because they're so beautiful. But follow me on Instagram, which is Amanda Lee Plans, and trust me, there is plenty of pet tape content over there. Other brands too, not just Freckles Tea. I love all pet tapes. So these are 2 stamp sets from Freckles Tea from the Volume 2 collection, and I had to include these in here because I've just been obsessed with them. Honestly, I've been using these rubber stamps more than anything lately. So this is the smaller rubber stamp set. I love this stamp. I love the magnifying glass, the swallow. Oh, I just love it. And then this is the larger stamp set. I love the circle, the film strip. Like, I'm just obsessed. Like this one, the 2 mini ones. So yeah, these Freckles Tea stamps have definitely been a favorite because I've honestly been using these more than any other rubber stamps in my collection. And I did want to showcase this calendar because it's another one of Freckles Tea's best products to me. But I did just get this calendar in the mail yesterday because they just launched the Volume 1 collection. It's pretty much just an undated calendar. You've got white pages, colored pages, and vellum pages. There are a bunch of florals on them, and it's pretty much, I think it's just to be used mainly for like collage and paper crafting because obviously, as you can see, like there's no date, it just says 1, so I don't know. I'm gonna definitely rip these up and use them in my collages. And Pinky Elephant, so Paper Game Co. is in the USA and launched Freckles Tea products yesterday, and Pinky Elephant Craft is in the USA and it's launching them today. So definitely, if you're interested, check those out. Okay, I think I only have 2 more things and then I'm done. Oh wait, just kidding. I have 4 more things. I'm gonna do this really quick. This is kind of boring, but this is a double-sided tape. This is amazing. I have a tape roller, like if you're familiar, like a tape runner, and I'll use a tape runner for like, if I'm trying to tape down, I don't know, like a regular piece of paper, like a regular piece of paper, I'll use a tape runner on. But I collage a lot with handmade papers, right? So when you're using handmade papers, if you use a tape runner, it'll rip the paper. So Ashley, what's her handle? I think it's Pages and Plans. Ashley suggested this stuff to me. It's from scrapbook.com. It's clear double-sided adhesive roll. And I'm so glad she suggested this to me because it's truly a life changer. I basically just cut off, so I'll like cut off a small piece, stick the piece onto the paper, and then once it's stuck down, you just kind of peel up and peel the white backing off because this white stuff is just a backing. And then it becomes like double-sided tape. So just a really nice invention. If you use tape runners and you're just like sick of it ripping your handmade paper, that's a really good option. Okay, so the next thing, I guess I have to count this as a favorite, my Hobonichi Weeks. I don't really think I have the time to go into like my whole reasoning for buying it. Well, my reasoning was that I was sick and I was watching a bunch of Lindsay Scribbles videos when I had COVID, and I was like, you know what, screw this. I want a Hobo Weeks. I'm just gonna do whatever I want, and I bought it. You might remember my last video, I was talking about how I just can't use dated planners, and that is true. I don't prefer to use dated because like my rings is the only thing that I use constantly 100% of the time. But when it comes to bound books, I like to be able to pick them up when I need a bound book and then put them down if I don't. And if I skip a couple weeks or even if I skip a month, it's fine. Like I have multiple bound books that are like either for daily pages or like a memory keeper. I've explained this all before, but it's nice to not feel tied to it. So now that I have this, I feel tied to it. I feel like I have to use it every single week for the rest of the year, and that part sucks, but I just really wanted it. I was trying out the Taz Planner, which I showed in my last video, and that really is a beautiful planner. I'm gonna talk as I flip through these spreads. These were back planned because I didn't have it in December, obviously. That Taz Planner is truly beautiful, but I feel like it's made for more like full sticker kits. The way the boxes are arranged would be perfect with like full boxes and full sticker kits. So if you're trying to do like a more minimal, like just handwriting only kind of vibe, it's just the layout, like there's no grid, and so it's really difficult. Like I did get a grid pencil board, but it was just difficult. I don't know, I just wasn't vibing with it for this style. But like I said, like I still do memory keeping with all of my deco stickers. So I think I might repurpose it for that because the boxes are just really nice for full boxes. It sucks. I feel bad like not using it for my intended use, and it's not like this option is that much better. I mean, with this option, I get like grid, and I also like the thinner Tombow River paper. But with this option, I get grid, but still this option isn't absolutely perfect because it is dated. So I don't know, my dream, I've said this before, give me a Hobonichi Week size planner with this exact paper, but plain grid. The whole thing is just a plain grid notebook. That's what I would love. I have not used any of the back notes pages yet, but I do have ideas to use these, so I'm really excited about that. Hobonichi Week's definitely a favorite. Okay, I've only got 2 more things now. My traveler's notebooks are a huge favorite. Lately, I've been really into Traveler's Company products and Traveler's Company kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking, sorry, I'm reaching. I'm talking like I bought so much like Traveler's Company brand stuff. And I set up this standard, and I'm gonna actually set up a passport, one of my passports, as a wallet as well. Like I bought like this brass clip. I'm just really loving the vibe, like the rustic brown leather, the travel vibe. If you're familiar with this brand, which you probably are, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I have had all of these traveler's notebooks for a while. This brown one is new, this brown standard size. But like I've had all of these for a while, but I just use them as a home for my collage journals. So that's it. I mean, that's all it is. It's a cover for my collage journals. And I felt like, you know, I love these so much. I want to actually set one up with like regular inserts, like, you know, like a traditional kind of traveler's notebook. So that's what I did for this brown regular size. You can see this one's got a collage insert, even that's a collage insert, but I'm probably gonna set this one up to be a wallet. I'm waiting on a couple more orders from Baumkuchen and just a couple more things before I actually complete the setup and start using it. But so far, I got this card holder from Traveler's Company. It's funny because when I first put everything together, everything was a little too dark for my taste. Like I had like the green of the insert, which I actually do think this is a very pretty color green, but I had the dark green insert. I had this like khaki like wallet thing. You had the dark brown of the notebook, and it just felt very, I don't want to say like masculine, but it just felt like not my style. So I felt like I needed to kind of brighten it up and make it a little more me. And the thing is I kind of struggled, right? Because I don't want this traveler's notebook to be the style of my minimal rings. Like my rings are for my minimal nude vibes, and Traveler's Company is for rustic brown leather travel vibes, you know? But I still just, when I first put everything together, something just wasn't, I was like, you know, I need to make this a little more me. So I did put like some nude like planner cards in the little card holder. And I did add this Luxe Vellum. So I mentioned the Luxe Vellum in the beginning. This is the gold vellum instead of the gold acetate. And then I did this collage. I tried to use like pinks and browns. I did this collage on the front of this insert. So I don't know, it feels a little brighter. It feels a little more me, I think. So the first insert I got was this weekly. And I'm really excited I'm gonna collage on it and use it for memory keeping. And after that insert, we've got the back of the card holder. I really like this card holder. And then I got this olive Travelers Company wallet zipper insert. This was from the B-Sides and Rarities collection. This is in the olive color. Just got a little sterling ink thing. I just put some different things in the pockets. And then the second insert is just a plain grid insert. And I'm going to use this grid insert for the 52 lists project. I was inspired by Can and Connie on Instagram. I'll link their handles below, but they did the 52 lists project and I thought it looked cool. So I'm just going to use a plain grid insert for that. I am going to do a collage on the front of this insert as well, but I just wasn't sure which grid insert I wanted to use yet. This is from Travelers Company, but I do have one coming from Paper Penguin Co. That's just Tomoe River paper. So once I decide which grid insert, then I'll decorate it. This is the back of that zipper wallet. I just have some stuff in there. And then I just have this tucked in the back, which is a traveler's notebook, like folder. I have this pencil board. I bought this little pencil board in the folder. I have that in the folder, and then I just have some other, some stickers, like these types of stickers. Sous Atelier, little characters. I love these Shiba Inu ones. So yeah, that's my traveler's notebook, and I would probably consider my traveler's notebook, but also just Travelers Company kind of style, like Baum Kuchen, like their undyed leather, like Wise Coffee Break, Stina Plans. Those are two accounts I've just been loving lately. Super inspiring. They are kind of, everything they do is kind of that style. And I bought some Baum Kuchen stuff and like their undyed leather, and I'm just really excited, like wallet inserts and folders and stuff. I'm just excited. I'm excited to kind of finish setting this up. I bought some more charms, so I can switch up the charms. I bought like a clip thing, I don't know. So that's that. Very last favorite, and then this video is over, I swear. This is the Mystic Journal by Danielle Noel. Now, I don't know that I'd really call this a stationery favorite. I mean, it is a journal, so I guess it is stationery. Okay, I just had to cut a part out because I accidentally showed my phone number, but basically I was trying to say that I follow Danielle Noel Art on Instagram, and I saw she was coming out with this journal, and it looked really nice. So I have written so much. The first group of pages are just covered, from every inch of the page is covered in handwriting. And as satisfying as that looks, I would love to show it, but it is very personal. So that was my goal with this journal. This journal was, I'm not really good at writing about my feelings. Like, I'm not good at all. And I also, like, when it comes to like my bound books, like, I don't know, I like to show them on my Instagram account. I like to do pretty spreads and use stationery and show them. So writing about my feelings was never something I really did. I bought this journal to specifically write about my feelings. Like, it's an already put together journal. Like, I'm not using any stickers, obviously. I'm just using the pages as they are. And so the point of this journal was to be somewhere, to be a place that I genuinely wrote about my feelings. So you've got 3 different pages. You have the inner reflections page, you have just plain notes pages, and then you have cards of the day pages. So they kind of alternate. It's the three pages alternate. And I've been loving this. There's also some beautiful artwork like in between some of the pages. So like, there's an example. Oh, I just passed another one. There's another one. So you've just got those 3 prompted pages and some artwork. But yeah, I kind of bought this on a whim because I follow the artist and I really like her artwork. And I saw this journal and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. And turns out I have been using it multiple times a week, and I've really been writing like things that I've never written before. So I think it's really good for me, especially in 2022. I've got some goals, some life changes that I want to make, and so this has been a really nice place to get all my thoughts out. Okay, that is it. I've been talking for way too long. Those are all my current favorites. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I can't talk. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will be back soon with a new video. Okay, anyways, bye guys.